Today we're going to just cover some of the basics of what I pack in my bike whenever I go camping. But then we'll also, at the end of this thing, there'll be a bonus, and we're going to set up a hammock with no trees, unedited, just in case this whole thing goes off. We're going to set up the hammock right here in this setting. As you can see, there's no trees here. It's the reason I chose a different spot to film. That's going to be our bonus footage at the end, but until then, we're going to go ahead and film what I pack and how I pack it whenever I go camping. Everything that I have for camping gear all goes in this box. Plus, I have all of my tools, my rain gear, all that stuff sits right here in this saddlebag. And we'll cover it. And while we're here, we might as well talk about these aluminum boxes. A lot of people don't run them on Harleys. They're really popular on off-road bikes. These are Happy Trail bags, the Teton series. I've modified them to fit this Harley a little bit, but I'm going to show you why I like them so much. The first thing is this hinge that Happy Trail has designed on there allows you to unload your pack if you're just looking for something out of here, and put everything that you unload onto the top of the box there in that piece. This is my tarp setup that I use if the weather's going to be bad. Camp pillow, a balaclava for cold weather stuff. So that's one of the things that I like about it. The other thing is the top of this box, if you're working on your motorcycle, I've got a tool roll that rolls out. I can just lay my tools down here. Everything stays on it. It's flat. It's easy to use. It's just like a table. So like my cookware kit that we covered in the other video is there. This here is the underquilt, which is a 20-degree underquilt, 20-degree top quilt. And then very loosely in this bag is the hammock itself. Those are stakes and such there. And then in here I also have my rain gear that I take. One of the things that I've been carrying for years that has saved my tail a few times is an air compressor. Air compressor, two plugs, spare spark plugs in here, extra copy of my insurance registration, all of that stuff goes in here in this one. And then because of this bike, I also have this tire plunger kit, which with this kit and this kit I can fix a plug or a tube, so if I find somebody on the side of the road that needs help, I can help them with that as well. Always carry a spare pair of gloves with me wherever I go. This is my tool roll, and I use this more often to help other people, but every now and then I make the mistake of leaving my bike on whenever I stop to go do something, a set of jumper cables that fit easily into this pack. So that's basically what I carry in this saddlebag. So my tool roll, jumper cable, tire plug kit for tubeless tires, air compressor and plug kit for tube type and spare spark plugs. And that side I also have my rain gear and then an extra pair of gloves that I carry with me. Now the rest of this is all of my camping gear. This will get me comfortably down to 30 degrees no matter where I'm camping at. So this is the pack, how small it is. So let's go ahead and set up and show you guys how to set this up without any trees if you're hammock camping. So this is one way to set up. You got to get your bike angle right. You really need to be pulling from the front of the bike to the back of the motorcycle, because if you're pulling too much from the side, then it'll want to pull over onto the kickstand, If you're pulling from the other side, then it wants to pull the bike away from the kickstand. So in this setup, what you would do is to get diagonal here. Now this isn't the perfect pitch for a hammock, but it does give you the opportunity to pitch a hammock without a tree. If you can find a pole or some structure that you can tie onto, then you can also tie on to a spot on your motorcycle and then move that back. Now if we wanted to, we could raise this end up a little bit higher if we wanted to not have anything touching that saddlebag. So let's look at that. And I would say when you're doing this, always camp close to the ground, just in case something goes on with the bike. Then you can, if it falls over, you're not falling far off the ground, because there is a chance that the bike would fall over, and we're in a little bit of a predicament here with the way the concrete slopes off. Now obviously if we wanted to, we could reposition this motorcycle and get the hang exactly right as we wanted to, and we could get it to where it's a little bit higher up. But that's your basic hanging without a tree setup while on a motorcycle. Let's show you this double-ended stuff sack real quick and how this works. The way this double-ended stuff sack works, it's one I've made myself. You can leave the attachment points on the hammock out, and then you just go in here and you begin to stuff your hammock into it. Now this one's actually large enough that if I wanted to, I can put a light underquilt or something under the hammock and stuff it all in there at one point, especially if you were breaking camp in a hurry for one reason or another, then you could do that. As you can tell, there's lots of room left in this, but I don't like to stuff things too tight in these bags. In this bag over here, I have extra pieces in there, so I've got a whoopee sling if I want to do that, and a carabiner in there, so however I would like to do that, I could. I try to keep my tarp on top in case it's late, I need to set up camp and it's raining and it doesn't look like it's gonna, the rain's gonna end, then I can go ahead and set that up. Top quilt, which is a 30-degree Econo hammock gear top quilt, and this is the warbonnet Wookie underquilt, which that was a warbonnet I just spread out real quick for you guys in there. Sure, you can see here there's still a lot of room here, and those quilts are quite compressible, and there's still a lot of extra room here. Let's move this bike. That pretty much covers everything I've got in here from a camping standpoint. I got an axe, stove, my boiling water kit, coffee, all that stuff was in the orange bag, and we're set up ready for a good day of motor camping. This is Augie Outdoors. Till next time, click like and subscribe. Now, did you hear me better?